some strange things in the game design that makes this maybe not worse necessarily, but it's different. I don't know how he knew I was there. Like, just the fact that they've blocked these areas off still will never ever make any kind of sense to me. I'm gonna look around for some sunglasses real quick. I can't find any sunglasses, so I'm just going back to the Servbot mask. That looks significantly worse. The textures on that look significantly worse. Although it didn't look great in the first game, so it's not exactly this game's fault. I'm really curious about the Chicago typewriter, because I thought it was going to be infinite ammo. But I'm wondering if it's like the Mega Buster, where if I go back, there's going to be another one there. Is this the B cutscene? Yeah.
Damn. What in the hell is going on around here?
Well, nothing good, Frank. So yeah, Queens actually work better in this game, which actually makes overtime mode not a complete horrible piece of garbage that I hate, because you can carry like a ton of queens at a time, because they're a sub-weapon now, which means when in overtime mode you have to collect 10 queens, you don't have to, you know, keep going back to Isabella because you can't, you know, carry anymore. The only reason why that is because I don't have any room in my inventory for the sub-weapon, so now it'll put it in there, and you can kind of put it... Wait, when did I pick up ammo for that? You can put this in there, so that's how that works. It's actually better than the main game. So yeah, this is pretty good, but it doesn't seem any more like useful than the other guns in the game. Like in Resident Evil 4, the Chicago typewriter like breaks the game. Wow, I'm shocked they actually kept that. I figured that they would have just kept that as like a texture on the guy's head. There's still one in here. Go play with those mannequins. I will say the fact that they have you interact with things with A and Z makes absolutely no sense. And sometimes they'll have you interact with things with A and B to perform certain combo moves, and it's not great. It just makes things a little bit more confusing than they really should be. Let's heal. And then grab some more healing items. Ew, what's going on with his back textures?
So that's what Dr. Barnaby said, huh?
The old coot's not dumb. He wants us to call for help first. We gotta line out or what?
The signal's being blocked. I can't even contact HQ on the emergency line.
So, if we want to get our hands on Dr. Barnaby, we're gonna have to secure a way out of here ourselves. All right, we've got to deal with the situation we've been handed. The boneheads back at HQ might be working on something too.
There's a helicopter coming. 3 days from now. At noon, it's my ride.
Is your ride reliable?
Absolutely. That's how I plan on getting out of here.
All right, then. I'll see to it that the DHS picks up the charter fee. Can we take Dr. Barnaby as well?
Sure. As long as you tell me what's going on.
Okay. I'll tell you what you want to know. Later. We have more pressing business right now. If we have to wait here for 3 days, we'll need supplies. Water, blankets, and the like. We'll get Dr. Barnaby here tomorrow morning. I want you to keep an eye on the monitors.
I like how naive Brad is there. He's just like, we'll pay for the helicopter, Frank. Nah. Yeah, this cutscene doesn't happen randomly anymore. Well, I mean, it was never random. It would happen at, what, 7 o'clock? When it turned dark, the zombies would change. Since there's no day-night cycle in this game, at least it doesn't happen, like, organically throughout the game. It moves the story along with the day-night cycle, if that makes any sense. So it's now, like, a required cutscene that just happens. Well, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I'm gonna change back into Frank's normal clothes because it's such a great outfit. I like seeing Frank's beautiful face before they ruined it. What was that? It looked like I could. I don't know, it looked like I could put something on over there, but I guess not. All right, Otis, what do you got for me? I hate this. I hate that the survivor missions are required. No one wants to do them. They were by far, without a doubt, the absolute worst part of the original Dead Rising. So why they have you do them, like, non-negotiable, you have to do them, is beyond me. It is such a dumb move. No one liked the survivor missions. They're bad. They just are. I love this game to death, or I love Dead Rising to death. But the survivor missions are bad. I thought I could pick him up. Not the Bowie knife, I'd rather have the katana. I don't think it's all of the survivor missions. I don't think they have you do, like, all, what is it, 50 of them? But it's a good little portion of them. And the survivor missions that take place at night are way worse than any of the other ones because of the fact that the zombies are way more aggressive. They go after the survivors way more, and it just makes for a not fun time. This is where the game falls apart for me. You know, so far it's like, it's a fine little port of Dead Rising to the Wii. There's some things they had to compromise on, but at least it wasn't, at least they didn't make you do the survivor missions at this point, but then they do. Do the parrots change colors at night? That's kind of funny. Another thing, some of the zombie noises just sound bad. Like, you'll notice it mostly when we're going to this, like, to the safe house, but the voice clips for the zombies sound really low res, and sometimes they, like, sound choppy. Well, I've got tons of food with me, actually. I'm gonna give him an apple. It's probably the least good thing that I have in there, so I might as well just give him that. Yeah, there's tons of food. It just keeps popping up kinda in there. Wait, is he not part of my party? Is he just running for it? Whoa, hold on, dude. I don't remember him doing this at all. Christ. Oh, maybe he'll be easier. Again, this is not something when I played Dead Rising. I did maybe once where I went for survivors, but it's not something that I'm actively, like, doing. Why is he running up there? Just to make it more annoying? Just to suffer? Frank! That was a good shot.
No way.
No way. What are we doing here, pal? What are we doing? Yeah, I know there's a restaurant. Oh my god. I don't know where there's a well-done steak. No, I don't think so. I don't believe that I did. Where is there a well-done steak? There can't be one over here, can there? This is like a food court. Oh, there's a steak there. Yeah, I don't remember this. This is another thing. It's going to be kind of interesting for me to play this game because, you know, I've only played this game once, and a lot of it is doing the survivor missions, which I never do. So it should be interesting. Yes, please. Let's just go. Ronald Shiner.
Follow me! Come on! Come on! Follow me!
Now, he just ran through the zombies last time. I doubt he'll be that useful again. Why did I pick up ammo for this? Also, I would like to talk for a moment about a game that is very polarizing, in my opinion, especially for my opinion, because... And that would be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which just recently, and now you'll know how long ago I recorded this video, they released a trailer that has Spider-Man and my boy, Frank motherfucking West, in it, voiced by TJ Rotolo, which is the only way to properly have Frank West in a video game. And I was gonna pass on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but now that I know Frank is in it, and that means that we'll get to see Frank in, like, the story. Now I have to buy it, because we have to get a proper Frank West after the nightmare that was Dead Rising 4. So I'm not looking forward to that, because that game does not look like it was put a lot of time and effort into, so... Alright, come on, Ronald, let's go. Ronald McDonald. Also, I really hope you like this song because it plays during, like, most, if not all, survivor missions. Oh, come on, Ron. What you doing, Ron? That was quite comical, actually, that I just was able to back up through those two zombies. Now, one good thing about this game is consistency. This guy will always be there with the Bowie knife, even though I think in the original game it was just a cop, I think, with a gun. Or there was usually a cop there. I think the enemies that have queens in them will always, like, kind of be in the same spots, which again really helps for overtime mode. So there are some things that make this game really convenient. But the reason I liked Dead Rising in the first place wasn't because of how easy it was, or because of the convenient factor. You're close enough. This is like Dead Rising for DSP, who, by the way, good fucking god, this is how you don't play Dead Rising is one of the most infuriating, because DSP's being DSP and being terrible at the game and blaming the game, saying it's bad because it's hard, and since I'm someone who, you know, is in love with Dead Rising so much, that is one of the most infuriating things to watch on the entire internet. Might as well save. I only did that once. Also, the first time through this, I beat it in about 6 hours, which I think... That's not right. Like, that's way quicker than the normal Dead Rising, because normal Dead Rising, I think, takes about 8 hours. Well, hold on. Get rid of this protein. I don't want it. I'd rather have food. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. It still freaks me out that there's a quick turn in this game. Frank just turns into Leon. What is this one? Is this the one in the... You'll notice that a lot of these take place in Paradise Plaza, which is kind of annoying because after a while, it's, you know, you're going to the same place, and you're going to the same place, whoops, and it gets kind of boring. So I don't know, there might be a point in time while playing this game that I just go ahead and say, I'm going to start skipping the survivor missions. Or if not skipping them, I'll fast forward through them. Because it is kind of like a ton of bullshit. One day he'll hit me. Today is not that day. I love how this game, they managed to make the game even scarier, because not only are we dealing with zombies, we're dealing with ghost zombies. Because as you can see, the draw distance is quite poor. And instead of having them pop in, they fade in. So they are in fact ghost zombies, confirmed. So should be like over here, yeah. I always thought that the ones in the game where you get to carry them were always the easiest in the game, because it took out the randomness of how bad the AI was. God damn it. So stupid. It's like Sonic 06. There's so many buttons that all do like the same thing that it just makes doing everything really annoying. I think this depends on actually how fast or how much you're shaking it, because sometimes it just ends, and I think it has to do with, wait, where does this want me to go? Once we go back. Now she wants our help, of course. See, look at these spooky ghost zombies. Out of here with that. I love doing this. This one's like one of my favorites. I wonder how the zombie walk would work in this game, or if it's even in here. I assume it is, because all the other... Ow. All the others are. Get out of here. Thankfully that doesn't do any damage. So I'd actually rather them do that than take a swipe at me like that one just did. Oh. Well, that shows that she wants to live still. So she's not that emo. Simone Ravendark. What a fucking name, dude. Sounds like an X-Men character. So this is probably, like, really the only time in the game that I use the handguns and the guns. Is there a parrot right behind me? Is to clear out the zombies when doing survivor missions, because otherwise they're just really annoying. Ow. Jerk. Jerkwad parrot. Yeah, I wish that I could hold her hand or carry her, because she is just going way too slow. Also, I'm pretty sure that zombie was wearing an Under Armour hat. Which is strange product placement. See, this is... You would never find me doing this in the original Dead Rising. But it's just the fact that they limit you to one melee weapon, and the fact that the gunplay is the gunplay from Resident Evil 4. It just makes for a little bit more pleasant, shooty experience. Suplex. Yeah. That's the best. You'll also notice that I've been picking up money, which is interesting because this is not Dead Rising 2. And buying things was introduced in Dead Rising 2, so maybe we'll find something to spend that money on at some point. The bullets actually also do like a fair bit of damage, whereas in the first game, I feel like it took like half a clip to kill one zombie with a gun. Why hasn't the elevator filled up with zombies yet? It's funny because this song now means something completely different for me. Because for the past like 4 or 5 years, it's been my alarm to wake me up in the morning. So every time I hear it, I'm like, I gotta wake up. But then I remember, I am up. Which, here's a word of warning to someone out there, anyone out there. If you hate your bosses and your bosses call you a lot, don't assign your work phone to a song that you like. Otherwise, you will now hate that song. Because that happened to me, and now there's a song that I really liked that I can no longer listen to. So it's a lot of money. Good.